Thank you for joining us. You are watching Bulozi TV, the pride of Barotse, broadcasting to you live from MONGU in Western Province. This is the news bulletin. The headlines. Princess MBUYUWANA'S body arrives in MONGU for burial. YUKA residents in KALABO appeal for improved road infrastructure and access to clean water. LUSAKA residents urge President HICHILEMA to sign tobacco control bill. In international news, EU set to remove Namibia from high-risk money laundering list. And sports news, former Copper Queens coach Bruce MWAPE dies at 67. With the news in detail, my name is Nchimunya Siaminwe. The body of the late Princess MBUYUWANA, who died on Sunday, 5th July 2026 in Lusaka, has arrived in MONGU, Western Province, ahead of burial on Friday, 10th July 2026. The late Princess MBUYUWANA was a great-granddaughter of King Lewanika, and she was in charge of the entire Katongo in MONGU district. A multitude of people that included government and the Barotse Royal Establishment (BRE) representatives were on hand to receive the body at MONGU Airport.
As government, we received the news of the demise of the princess with the deep sorrow and the shock. As you know, she was one of the people that has collaborated with government in many ways. You know where MONGU District Hospital is situated. That is an area under her jurisdiction. So, as you can see what has happened now, the repatriation of her remains from Lusaka to MONGU, that is government's demonstration of the high esteem in which we hold the relationship between central government and the traditional leadership. The traditional leadership what hosts central government, and the people under the traditional leadership, the citizenry, form the citizenry of our country, Zambia. So we value the role that the traditional leadership plays, and we receive the demise of the princess with the deep sorrow.
Omusalimu abasikakula kuli mwende n'abanane kutukuwona bakudde n'abawire asaba wire chwale kona mulu twezi kuli bawire ko fito komnya kwa bedroom no kiwe kona mulu kwa ule kulo baskwalo ko bafumana bawe matabu kona mulu bana nwetu kwa tsakali wanika muli wanika batolo bala busubuli bu lita tamili zazi kona mulu bakwelisize fly kuya kwa Lusaka niko na batolo bala busubuli bu lita tamili chwale api kona saba Rusia kona mulu tulepu manana kwa chenu utulonga mbili wabo na chwana kibumai wabutuna uzamushemi asona ngeyo mubonzo lopili ya edize kachenu kula ni munzo munchawe ni mangamba mwana MBUYUWANA kwa spopa kwa ilute nelimu shitu sibakasale ubizize bana bahaika flagu mtayi mtoya akwanza kwako nelimu shemi na bonala kuli nelimu shemi na nizo lopili tunahuru kibumai ko uzamushemi asona ngeyo.
Residents of YUKA area in KALABO district of Western Province have appealed to the government and relevant authorities for the construction of feeder roads and access to clean and safe water. They revealed to Bulozi TV News that the sandy roads pose mobility challenges in the area when accessing healthcare services during emergencies, transportation of goods to the market, among other things. Meanwhile, they have also expressed their concerns in the lack of access to clean and safe water in the area, appealing for the relevant authorities to address the situation in due course. Here are the details. In YUKA area of KALABO district, residents say they continue to face logistical challenges due to poor and sandy roads. They say the lack of feeder roads makes it difficult for them to access healthcare services and other essential services.
Now my challenges kuli foko mwanti muna ni mukuli wa mina yato kwa kumatira kwa spati ya kapilipili and then mkato kwa transport yeto kwa kuli mwabizaka mota mkafuma kuli mamota na nifo uyoki ama limota zana nifo uyoki ze nyani and then mkafuma kuli niliteko ze batulisa kize tunaulu mkakuli mikuwa kwa nina nishabati ya ulu.
The community is now appealing to the relevant authorities to construct feeder access roads to ease mobility in the area.
mashabati ateni ako naliko nalukupa kwa muso kuli muso kone kuluhupula kuli ulozeza kwa teni mikwakwa ne fali kutazalu na kaofea kutayo na salunda kaofea luziele ile mshemi wakamuluhupule ahulu isike mwaluli bala kuli kwanu luli kwa yuka luziele ile lutoka luli tuso ya kulutusa kwa mikwakwa ya luna
so lwakupa kuli at least kama lutusate ngwa mikwakwa kulutusate mafidaro dalu tusa kwa teni.
Meanwhile, residents have also expressed concern over the lack of access to clean and safe drinking water.
Tokola kulikambe muuso ne ukakona kubona fata ba ya mezi ninakoza kale sipata sayuka Adventist Mission Hospital nesiru tusanga kana ko ya mezi kona kavumai bakingisali tusiso kubonala kuli alina matande kukwanyisa sibakasi sibona kusese tuna abantu basakona kulima miroho abasakona kubanima garden abasakona kutali folofolo desona ngeli kuhu kapa dipuli kakulika kafeto kwa mesi mikusina mezi ni matuku akona kwa kuba mangata.
Despite these challenges, they remain hopeful that their concerns will be addressed in due course to improve their living conditions. Nchomonyasi Aminwe, Bulozi TV News, Kalabo, Western Province.
UPND National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has continued his campaign trail in Western Province, where he has urged residents of Loma Ward in Nalikwanda constituency to support the party's newly appointed leaders. Liswaniso says President HICHILEMA is doing his best to deliver development, but his efforts are being undermined by some local leaders. He adds that the president has genuine love for Western Province. Meanwhile, aspiring UPND candidate for Luena Maliti Chimwaso has called on Liswaniso to prioritize youth and women empowerment. Here is more.
The United Party for National Development, UPND National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has continued his campaign trails in Western Province, where he has urged residents of Loma Ward in Nalikwanda constituency to support the party's newly appointed leaders. Speaking during a meeting with residents, Liswaniso said President HICHILEMA remains committed to improving the lives of Zambians, genuine concern for the development of Western Province.
Chava na mikupa hakuna muntu yala tabulo zinga kainde chile yoko na nitifela ya muhabude bali tulo zetu nakaopela ufilelu na kwanu sha kono kuna ni butata nilu na papela ni tulo akuwana alwezi zambatamina yana kainde wabanja kono na hape wakala kumsinyeza kainde.
And aspiring UPND candidate for Luena constituency has appealed to Liswaniso to ensure that youth and women empowerment remain a priority, saying the two groups are key to the party's growth and the country's development.
Youth Chairman habukaya kwa LUSAKA muyomu bulelela kuli akainde obulela kuli basali ka ufela kibasali bahaye kono babilaela babatakuli ni bale babanyezi nibona mwaka banohola kamali shako.
For Bulozi TV News, Celestina Mbewe, MONGU, Western Province.
Independent parliamentary candidate for Luena constituency, Mwala Kalaluka, says he is receiving growing support from voters across the constituency as his campaign gathers momentum ahead of the August 13th general election. In a statement issued to Bulozi TV News, Kalaluka says his administration will prioritize accountability, transparency, and equitable development while rooting out corruption in the management of public resources. The former Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security Principal Public Relations Officer has also criticized the management of the Enhanced Constituency Development Fund, CDF, in the Mulunga district, arguing that despite consistent funding over the past 5 years, the district has recorded unsatisfactory development outcomes. Here are the details.
Be that as it may, our support base, our support across Rwanda constituents, all the 15 wards, is growing tremendously. We are receiving massive support wherever we are going because our message is very clear. We want to ensure that there's equitable, accountable, and transparent development delivered for the people of Rwanda constituency. The next 5 years will be quite interesting for the people of Rwanda constituency because certain things that we have noticed in the management of development financing in this constituency will change because we want to root out corruption and also cronyism that we are seeing that has been attached to the level of development in this constituency.
National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity, NRPUP, aspiring Member of Parliament for MONGU Central, Bright Tombi, has expressed doubt that the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is benefiting ordinary citizens. Featuring on Bulozi TV's The Power program, Tombi alleged that many youths who have applied for CDF support have not benefited and that only a few individuals are gaining. He has, however, pledged that if elected, he will ensure CDF projects are prioritized and successfully implemented across all wards in MONGU Central.
CDF yeruli heba iten.
Ma dauta kula hiyo
na dauta kali bakale nikamfama bakakuli na dauta kuli wa kachelule mayusi wabaiteni ba hamuka batisa hakuna abaeza benefit kono inge baeza apply hakuna kono sina mumbulelezi a click kakwata fera kabatu abaeza kuli every year out every year in bene basina neka katemba sebana ni mando akona fite ya 6 kebale kali mota de fite ya 5 ni matrack baba nyanda chwale CDF itezi fera few individuals chwale na I am a tested seat yeza kulinela myo ichala amutoko ape kuyoketa kuliye isumpirwe kakuli kimoni fitile kona kuli ni yamwala enge niziba kuli heba CDF ite naziba kuli priority number 1 maodi mokifi mayusi nuwa wasona kwa ni component ya bona kakuli sese ni kuleza chwalo kikuli masherenya hata visa kwa utwa
Residents of Lusaka have appealed to President Hakainde Hichilema to urgently sign the tobacco control bill into law, warning that continued delays could have serious consequences for public health. Speaking in an interview with Bulozi TV News, the residents said the prolonged wait for the bill's enactment is leaving many Zambians vulnerable to the harmful effects of tobacco use and exposure. They argued that every day the legislation remains unsigned increases the risk of preventable illnesses and deaths linked to tobacco consumption. Magichota has the details.
Residents of Lusaka have appealed to President Hakainde Hichilema to urgently sign the tobacco control bill into law, warning that continued delays in enacting the legislation could put more lives at risk. Speaking in separate interviews with Bulozi TV News in Lusaka, the resident says the bill is a critical public health measure that would help reduce tobacco-related illnesses and death by strengthening regulations of tobacco products and protecting citizens from harmful effects of smoking. They argue that once signed into law, the legislation would contribute significantly to improving public health without negatively affecting tobacco farmers.
Of Zambia, we stand together for health and life. Tobacco harms our children. It harms our families. Don't listen to the lies of tobacco industry. Protect Zambia. Protect the people.
The tobacco industry is fighting against our health.
They spread lies to protect their profits. They want their interests at the expense of Zambian people. We see their tactics. We will not be silenced.
The residents have since called on the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema to expedite the signing of the bill, saying that its implementation would mark an important step towards protecting current and future generations from the dangers of tobacco use.
Mr. President, stand with the people of Zambia. Sign the tobacco control bill now.
Mr. President, we appeal to you to sign the tobacco control bill for healthier Zambia, for stronger Zambia.
However, studies have shown that tobacco use is a leading cause of preventable death worldwide, as it exposes the body to thousands of toxic chemicals, causing severe conditions. Margaret Chota, Bulozi TV News in Lusaka.
We now take a break. Stay tuned for the rest of the news.
Coming up next on Linzwi Lamina, Lulivile Komandanga and Shangwe on a Fale Famsika Komandanga la Friday 10th of July. Kweli ona ye Shangwe Lwamima Mamandanga kaofela mtahe famsika na Fale Komanda Moho Niluna Milipuzolo Mishimbezi Kizepeni ya pili kikuli. What are you expecting from the aspiring candidates ahead of the August 10th polls? Diketsarifiti na fakiri kama nzo mkuvela Shangwe kama aspiring candidates famine mwasalanda Samina Shangwe. Musa wabeli kikuli. What development do you want to see in the market in order for your business to grow? Kizolo bilifi mbada kuwana mamusika wamina mamandanga Shangwe kuli business ya mina yuhule en Shangwe. So mina cooking 14 hours Friday iliona mumaskiti samongu mamandanga lufitile Shangwe amuitukiseze mazimangala Bulozi au rikumsa kayona. See you there.
HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives. At HealthNest Medical Center, we provide high-quality, accessible healthcare for individuals, families, and the wider community in MONGU and beyond. We focus on preventive care, offering blood pressure, diabetes and cholesterol checks, HIV counseling and testing, and community health education programs. Our outpatient and maternal child health services support families with general consultations, antenatal and postnatal care, child growth and monitoring, nutrition counseling, and family planning. Our laboratory services provide routine tests, rapid diagnostics, and selected specialized tests, while our pharmacy ensures timely access to medicines with professional guidance. HealthNest is also here during emergencies, providing 24/7 care, stabilization, first aid, and referral services supported by rapid diagnostics and ready access to medicines. We help with recovery and rehabilitation through physiotherapy for children and adults, including clubfoot, fractures, cerebral palsy, neurological conditions, and soft tissue injuries. Our diagnostic services such as ultrasound and ECG help monitor progress, and ongoing preventive care supports long-term health. At HealthNest Medical Center, we combine quality, compassion, and reliable care to nurture health and empower lives. You can locate us at 53120 Lusaka Road, Kambule, 7488 MONGU. Contact us on +2609729265221. Our website www.healthnestmd.com. HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives.
Muskemwa ya watu kiso ya Beyond the Ballot. Sipola selisingwi by papati bababeli. Lasunda 12 July 2026 kanako ya 17:30 hours. Lutsakumina by papati bamwawadi yalialui apa. Iliwona bomubitalu basi bakopano ya United Party for National Development UPND. Hama ochwalo ni bokwalombota stwala baba yema kakwichemela yona independent. Amfumane nako yakuteleza kwa milelo ya zulopili yebanani yewa watakwezeza sichava salia lui apa kifamazi mwangala abulozi fela ao lui kumsa kayona lasunda 12 July 2026 kanako ya 17:30 hours.
Not long ago, many children in Zambia did not go to school because their parents could not afford it. Today, 2.5 million children are back in the classroom, sitting on desks and being fed nutritious meals under the school feeding program. Markets are now peaceful with no cadre violence. Clinics stand where there were none. There's still much work ahead, jobs to create, futures to secure. And that's why Bali keeps working day after day. Because just as we delivered free education, we will keep delivering. For every child still waiting and every family still rising. Until progress is something every Zambian feels. We've started the change. Now let's finish the job. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let us continue to move Zambia forward together.
Jimitambula bakalifuti mulina kutolilira ku kitande cha mindindime cha Bulozi TV kulijundula cha Buloi tuminenela program ya ndangwithi ya mbunda tolilileni na kulilongefa ndangwithi ya mbunda program ije tukaminenela kulilongefa majwi madhina na endekethi ya mbunda majwi ambunda na binkumbu byao muje mukulilongefela hamulika mbunda tulongefeli mbunda mukutolilira ku program ino ya ndangwithi ya mbunda mukujundula bilika bya mbunda mukujundula endekethi ya mbunda mukujundula bilika mukutwala mukunyungilira bilika mukulilongefa na kubitolilira mukubilinga mbunda yoya mbunda yange mbunda yeni mbunda ijunduke tulilongefele hamulika twakandela.
Did you know that you've got the right to complain against any radio or television broadcast? Did you also know that every radio or television station has an obligation to respond and address your complaints when aggrieved? The first step is to complain to the station not more than 3 months after the broadcast took place. It is expected that the station will respond reasonably to you, that is within 14 days. If not satisfied, then escalate your problem to the Independent Broadcasting Authority.
We're at Mass Media Complex, Ali King Carter Road, PO Box 32475, Lusaka, or call us on +260 211 250589 or visit our website at www.iba.org.zm. IBA, promoting ethical and professional broadcasting.
In international news, Namibia is expected to be removed from the European Union's list of high-risk jurisdictions for money laundering and terrorist financing before the end of the year, following reforms that strengthened its financial oversight systems. The move follows Namibia's exit from the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force after implementing measures to combat money laundering and the financing of terrorism. European Union officials say the delisting process is already underway and reflects confidence in Namibia's improved anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing framework. Although inclusion on the EU's high-risk list did not attract sanctions, it required European financial institutions to carry out enhanced checks on transactions involving Namibia. Analysts say the expected removal from the list will boost investor confidence and strengthen Namibia's reputation as a secure and compliant destination for international business and financial services. In sports news, the Football Association of Zambia has expressed deep sorrow over the death of former Copper Queens head coach Bruce MWAPE, describing his passing as a great loss to the Zambian football family. Bruce MWAPE, 67, died on Thursday morning at Nchanga South Mine Hospital after a short illness. FAS President Keith Mwemba said MWAPE's death is a huge loss to both the football fraternity and the nation. He said MWAPE made an outstanding contribution to Zambian football, leading the Copper Queens to back-to-back Olympic Games in Tokyo 2020 and Paris 2024, a bronze medal at the 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and the team's first ever appearance at the FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand in 2023. Mwemba said MWAPE leaves behind a lasting legacy and that FAS will announce funeral arrangements after consultations with the family. According to MWAPE's son, Chikonde, the former coach, suffered a suspected stroke last Tuesday and was later admitted to hospital where he died. MWAPE was appointed Copper Queens coach in 2018 and guided Zambia to qualification for 3 Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournaments in 2018, 2022 and 2024, with the latter being played in 2025. He also previously served as coach of Zambia's under-17 men's national team in 2015. This sports story ends the news bulletin. A recap of the headlines. Princess MBUYUWANA'S body arrives in MONGU. YUKA residents in KALABO appeal for improved road infrastructure and access to clean water. LUSAKA residents urge President HICHILEMA to sign tobacco control bill. In international news, EU set to remove Namibia from high-risk money laundering list. And in sports news, former Copper Queens coach Bruce MWAPE dies at 67. You can always catch our bulletins on TopStar Channel 120 in MONGU, Limulunga, Nalolo, Lusaka, Chongwe, Chilanga, parts of Senanga, Kalabo, Rufunsa and surrounding areas, and on Facebook, Bulozi TV. My name is Nshimonya Siaminwe, and on behalf of the entire Bulozi TV production crew, thank you for watching. God bless, and keep watching Bulozi TV, the pride of Barate. Bye for now.